ask for help, and important that you do. I spontaneously have to help on a different project. I mean, this is not really what I would have expected as a start for another video, but alas, getting my period is like a rather regular occurrence that I should be used to by now after 12 years of having it. So it's kind of understandable that like every second video of mine somehow is also about me having my period. And honestly, if you're getting annoyed by me talking about it, that's definitely a you problem, because I'm still kind of figuring out how to deal with that every fucking month. So yeah, thanks for joining. It's currently the middle of the week and it's shortly before Christmas. I have another 1.5 weeks of work in front of me. Of course, they have to be like the busiest of the whole, I don't want to say of the whole year. I definitely had busier weeks, but definitely of the last quarter. I spontaneously have to help on a different project, so I'm kind of supposed to work overtime every day for the last 2 weeks of the year. And so far it's going relatively well that I'm still under the 10 hours I could work every day, but I am over the 8 hours I'm supposed to work. Besides Monday. Monday I actually called in sick because of my period pain, so I did, however, work like 4 hours in the evening there. See what I mean? This week I'm gonna stay at home like the entirety of it, I think. I'm too done. On the weekend, I'm gonna have to prep a few things, gather like the last minute Christmas presents I'm still missing. And then on Monday, I'm actually going back on another last work trip of the year, like 3 days or something, which I'm now realizing I plan to do this work trip because one of my colleagues is leaving the project and I need to gather more of the knowledge that he has. And if I'm correct, I think he's actually now staying. So I kind of don't even really need that. But now everything is booked. I wouldn't mind going to a different city for a few days, so I will do that. So yeah, that's kind of my plan for the last week of the year, I guess. And you can join me. Hooray. Just give me like another few hours until I feel better. Then we can actually get into the interesting stuff, I guess. It's almost 1. I think I'm just gonna make some lunch and then continue working slowly but surely. This might be the best thing ever. So I have a cold coffee, some water, and my food. And technically a meeting I should attend, so I might be doing that. Oh my god, I am so frustrated. I don't even know what's wrong. I just feel like right now nothing is kind of working out for me, I guess. I don't know if I'm happy with working full-time 5 days a week or if I'd rather reduce my hours earlier. I don't know if I'm happy with how I'm spending my free time currently, or whether I feel like I'm not doing enough, whether I should do more after work, or whether taking more time for myself and for taking breaks is actually the right thing for me. I just feel immensely frustrated and as if there's nothing that really makes my situation better right now, and everything that would improve my situation is something I cannot achieve currently. And if I'm really thinking about it, probably the things that I'm kind of wishing for that I cannot achieve are not things that are going to improve my situation long term, but are just quick fixes. And for some weeks, I've been in this process of figuring out whether more money is going to make me happier or whether it's less working hours, because I cannot have both. And then I just sleep for a night and I realize actually everything is kind of okay. So I don't know. I just feel like I'm wasting my time and as if I don't really know myself anymore. And that's a very annoying feeling. And it's also a feeling I'm not even sure I define correctly. Because it could just be like a mood currently that switches day to day. Oh, and probably other people have the same moods. But I remember I talked about this some videos ago that once I am in a certain mood, it's so hard for me to get out. It's so hard. And I cannot imagine that there was ever a time where I felt differently. It's 5 p.m. now. I finished work for now. Let's see if I'm gonna continue later on. I'm just gonna cook something very quickly so I don't spend money on food outside. And then I'm gonna meet my friend for a walk. And probably this will clear my head a little bit. Yeah, the lighting is actually so bad. But I made it to my hotel, in case you didn't notice, and I already ordered some food and washed my hair, also in case you didn't notice. And it's funny because I ordered at the same exact place where I ordered one of the first times I went on a work trip. I remember I filmed it and I also had wet hair, so I'm so hungry and I'm so exhausted from the whole day. So I'm probably gonna come back to you later and just eat and watch something now. After I arrived at the train station, I went to my office just for like 2 hours. I was just doing a few tasks and met my colleagues, and that was kind of it. I was honestly already so tired. It's just, I don't know, every time I take the train for that long, it just exhausts me so much. Now that I had my food and a shower, I feel refreshed, but I'm definitely tired, so I'm probably gonna stay right where I am and watch something on my laptop and then go to sleep early. And yeah, besides that, tomorrow I'm just gonna be in the office, then I'm having a dinner date. I have a longer work day because my last meeting is until 6:30 as far as I know. And then on Wednesday, I'm also gonna be in the office and we're probably gonna do some Christmas shopping afterwards. And then I'm almost on my way back home already. So, and yeah, I'm gonna go to bed like in half an hour probably. So, good night. I have some hot water here because I didn't bring any tea bags. And I kind of didn't think that I would have like a kettle here or even a whole kitchen. I actually remember now, I didn't even show you the hotel room. 1 second. Okay, so now that we're back, I have hot water because my throat kind of feels a little bit bleh. As every time I travel, I feel a little bit like that. It's shortly before 8 now, and I'm gonna go probably in like 20 minutes if I manage, get something to eat, something like a little snack, and then just head to the office. Also, it's way warmer than I thought, and I packed very warm clothes, so I'm thinking whether I'm gonna get like another pair of tights or something because I only packed like very warm ones. I'll just do this thing. My skin is still very, very irritated from the cream that I got from the dermatologist. But I kind of see a pattern, you know, so every time I use it, I see a little flare up. I feel like this part here is very itchy. But I have this little stick that is helping so much with that. So yeah, here goes nothing. Let's hope it's gonna get better. go get some coffee. I'm so immensely over this day. It's probably like 8 p.m. right now. I just got back because we kind of had an emergency something on the project. Emergency, obviously, in relative terms. There was something I couldn't finish by myself, and I had to sit down for like 2 hours with a colleague to make sure that I can finish it. I was close to crying like 4 times probably, but I decided I didn't really want to because then everything else would have taken even more longer. Because it's so late, I just went to a place for some takeaway and I'm gonna watch something now. Maybe then cry afterwards, after I finished everything else. And then go to sleep probably. Very much over today. Very, very much. Ooh. I got hand-pulled noodles and this already smells very good. So let's make a coffee. I have like another 3 minutes before my next meeting. So I thought I'm just gonna hop in here and say hello because I feel like we haven't really talked to each other in like 3 days or something. I came back yesterday from my work trip and it was actually, it was nice because as I said, I didn't really have that. 1 second. Okay, so actually now we're gonna talk for real this time. And now it's already Saturday. And after I tried to talk to you about my work trip yesterday, there was just too much work stuff going on. And afterwards in the evening, I just had a lot to do somehow. We went for some groceries and cooked something and just spent some time, and then I was just, already done with the day. Yesterday was my last work day of the year. I finally managed the whole 2024 working full time, and I'm glad to have a little bit more of a longer break right now. I probably have the shortest break from all of my colleagues because on the 30th I volunteered to work a few hours because there's something on the customer project that we have to do. And then on the 2nd of January we start normally again. And as I already mentioned yesterday, my work trip was great so far. I didn't really have any trainings, any important events. The only thing I wanted to do is meet some of my colleagues, and one of them got sick, so I was actually just kind of there working. To some extent, I was actually very fortunate that I was there in this location, because on one day my project manager came to the office and we were able to kind of work side by side. I was able to ask him a few more questions that usually I would have to call him for, and then he wouldn't have any time, so that was actually very good. And I was able to use the time to kind of bond with more colleagues from that location, get to know some more people. But honestly, there was also so much to do work-wise because our team is currently kind of cut in half because of sickness and vacation. There was a lot to do, and on Wednesday, actually, I had to do some overtime and stay there until like 7:30 probably, because we had some issues to fix. To be honest, during that time, I felt very disheartened and demotivated because I made some mistakes, some technical easy mistakes, but also mistakes in delegating tasks, and I kind of had to work things out once nothing really worked out anymore. I had to call my manager for that as well because I couldn't do it by myself. I think it's perfectly fine to ask for help and important that you do, because there's no shame in not knowing something without asking. Yeah, that was a very long day, and I just kind of treated myself with some good food afterwards and stayed in the hotel. And on Thursday, I just went to the office for like 3 hours or something before my train left. Initially, I planned to go to the gym this morning, but my friend who wanted to join canceled, and we're actually going to an event at like 12 or 1. So I thought I can either really hurry and take everything I need with me to a gym, or I just delay gym for tomorrow and just stretch, do some mobility, do some core exercises, which I just did for like probably almost an hour because I just took my time with it.